Irrigation, or simply watering in controlled amounts to help crops grow. It has been a key aspect of agriculture for over 5,000 years and developed over time by technology. Zambia, gifted with several water sources, stands to benefit from irrigation. It is the very reason the Irrigation Development Support Project, IDSP, stands to promote and commercialize smallholder farmers in the irrigation subsector by enhancing the environment for irrigation investment attractive to public and private sectors. IDSP, an irrigation project that effectively began in 2011 at 3 selected sites in Zambia, namely Lusitu, Mwomboshi and Musakashi, aimed at nourishing farmers with continuous supply of water, is now firmly getting into its operational stages. In readiness for its operationalization, the IDSP has been engaging farmers and key stakeholders through workshops and other learning platforms to ensure smooth handover, onset into operations, and project sustainability. These workshops are also aimed at ensuring that everyone's role is clearly outlined. The Musakashi community, being identified as a beneficiary, was engaged to attend this important workshop held at the Garden Court in Kitwe.
Although we are called the Irrigation Development Project, I think most of my colleagues will agree with me that we have done more than just irrigation. The communities in Musakashi was identified because of the potential that they had. The area had already been used by government to resettle some of the agriculture graduates that were willing to take on hands-on and start benefiting from agriculture. So when the IDSP came in, we thought it was the ideal, site to take on the project. The Musakashi irrigation scheme is very vital because it's a pilot project and its success will impart on the other sites that the government may wish to extend that kind of investment. If Musakashi fails, it means government will be hesitant now to extend the same kind of support to other sites. So this particular workshop, Madam DC, is very important in our view, and it's meant more for the district to understand what is happening in Musakashi and to see what role the district can play in facilitating the sustainable operation of Musakashi irrigation scheme. So the project was designed such that at the end of the infrastructure development, the community are empowered with grants to start production. The grants meant production tools as well as seed capital in terms of seed and fertilizers.
Present and participating at this workshop, representing government, was the District Commissioner for Mufurila, Saboy Kabika.
This Musakashi irrigation that is coming is in line with our policies, with our government policies. What we are trying to do as government is to make sure that we empower people, give them things that they can lay their hands on. And the Musakashi irrigation scheme is such a project that will help a lot of farmers to stand on their own, feed their families, send their children to school, and do all those things that they have failed to do. It's a project that I cannot describe how it will uplift the standards of living for the people of Musakashi and Mufurira at large.
Among the many objectives that the workshop participants wanted to go away with included clear strategy on the security of the scheme, more involvement of district officials with clarified roles, sensitization and orientation of district officials, operations and roles of water user groups, developing an action plan for sustainable operationalization, appreciate and manage information flow in and outside the scheme, and sustainable financial and equipment management.
The Musakashi irrigation scheme is more or less complete. The southern part, the irrigation equipment is in place. The northern part, we are talking about end of first quarter next year being complete. Now, the reason we have that equipment is for farmers to start producing. Now that we have the equipment in place, the question is, how do they go about utilizing that equipment to achieve the irrigation and production all year round? That's what this workshop was about. It was about empowering farmers, it was about preparing farmers and the other stakeholders on how they can operationalize the scheme and sustain its operations.
A tied 2 days of lively and educative sessions outlined and brought out in clear terms a number of objectives and to help set off the farmers and stakeholders into a well-informed beginning.
Ubuteko bwampana na World Bank. Kuli fi tulefa twachitefi. Ubuteko bwebele, this is what we've been looking for. And twalikuwa tama site ya mweko kwa tabe kalachalo. And one of them ni kumusakashi. So how do we get kumusakashi? World Bank is willing to pump in funds for as long as abantu babashani bakwata okuba organized. So if tuambile na process ya community mobilization. Community mobilization meant we disseminate the information kubantu. That was the starting point. And the reason for doing that was so we could work together and partner with government. That's where we started from. Through the community mobilization, we came up with what we call the CLT.
The project development goal. But first, all over the panga for this project, the issue was to improve productivity. Agriculture, I think that one is there even in the every. It's about increase in productivity. Inga ufumia 20, trying that increase productivity, therefore, ule fumia 100. Paka ibala limoli nete? Not to kushako, not to kushtatisha. Ida inevara mwale fumia mo 20. No mbaba agriculture rather that as me, we need to improve on that and to send them 40 instead of 20.
For a project of this magnitude to operate smoothly, effective management of finances and operational communication are important. Participants at this workshop were taken through guidelines on how this would work with members and how two accounts would function efficiently.
Communication ikatu muriamu scheme tukengira mutia 1 tuefa kuti tukale kwata communication na members. Ilia communication ikaletwa afirishako kutwala ma points from A up to B bali abakaba mu scheme tato akale lufyanya mumilandile na mufe twala ba pama groups futi chimbi workshop na tusambilira ko pama 2 accounts ayama 2 accounts yali puli main accounts yaba CLT umoba CLT tukalepokelele mpia ikalefuma kuma operators elo imbi accounts ya operation accounts. That operation accounts ikaletwa fwako mumifoleseshe ya drivers eli ama tractors ba government batupele tuliyetura tampo kubomfya fya fintu tulefo kutirati tulepera aba community na ama drivers tuleba folesha muri kalakene ka dividends kakaleisa mkwai.
Understanding the roles of members at different levels, amicable solving of problems and knowing how to resolve issues that are common to communities were expectations that the workshop tackled under dynamics and conflicts.
Dynamic and conflicts yawenembi yakutira okwebati elo twayikala tufire twayikala n'okupanga ekintu kinga kimu pantunga twala kansa no yo akansa tatwakwata obuyantanshi nga tuleye bamufirubo nokusambira mufirubo twakisumino kwatina tushani project kwakabyo kukansana tukala itungira fe wonse chapamo pantu nishina tushitashani na tuikatanata mulimpika.
We've learned about conflict resolution because there are a lot of things that are hindered because of the conflicts that happen when the people are working in a group. But now with this workshop, we've learned a lot of things that before you even do the production, all the conflicts that you have, they are supposed to be resolved so that at the end of the day, you do the thing that is going to be profitable to you and to the farmers, and at the end of the day, to the off-takers.
The project will also involve the use of equipment, some of which has been given to the project scheme in form of grants. Equipment such as tractors will have to be managed to ensure sustainability.
Lelo mulandu wa buteku na tutotela pakutupela matrakta kumusakashi na irrigation system batuletela ichicha kutotela sana kali natasha na pa training ntwasangwako I workshop ya tuchitako kari kutusambirishe vingi ife tungasunga matrakta nefe tungambo kubomfya matrakta pakwe batiaka tutwale kuntanshi.
When the projects begin to operate, a roadmap to ensure that planning and management are effective so that scheme entities understand and adhere to their roles.
For this scheme to be a success, we need to meet the market requirements, and for us to do this, we need to do a succession production system where we are able to meet the requirement of the markets and also meet the required quantities.
2 days of knowledge gain and benefits to help improve the start to operations of what is already firmly on the ground remains to heighten the horizon for farmers and stakeholders at Musakashi in Mufurila.
The farmers are producing, but they are producing in small quantities. But now, looking at what IDSP has done, the farmers will start producing larger quantities that is going to even reach the end users to meet the demand.
Apart from engagement, the workshop also served as a networking space and an advantage for farmers and stakeholders.
This is the importance of having such workshops, such reminders, so that they open us up to make us see the vision that they wanted us to achieve.
The project scheme will still require the attention and support of government, while farmers and various stakeholders will have to put in more if the Musakashi, Momboshi and Lusitu projects have to succeed and remain sustainable.
Twetotera kuli Zambian government pantu efo ichituchitire kula kumusakashi chipapusho chakutira ati na kuntanshi tachakatale tuwese shenuma
Ifipe baleta fipe fya kututwala pantanshi fipe fya kututumpulula fipe fya kutufumya kulukasu.
We need to make sure that we work hard to ensure that the scheme is a success.
It was an amazing workshop. The interaction, the lessons learned, and the commitment most of all, that they want to go out there, operationalize and successfully implement the scheme activities.
All they need is the support from us as a district, the support from government, the support from the president and everybody who wants every Zambian to have at least 3 meals in a day.
What remains now is for the Musakashi community to get their tools on the ground and open a new chapter on the wave of agricultural production.